Hi everybody, it's Peter back for another video. Will be an album review. I'm going to continue another installment in my Kiss reviews. I'm going to do Destroyer today, the fourth studio album from 1976. I have a few notes here. The release date of the album is March 15, 1976, 34 minutes in length. It was recorded at Electric Radio Studios and the Record Plant Studios, New York. Produced by Bob Ezrin, big name producer, of course. The solo on Sweet Pain was not done by us. It was done by Dick Wagner, a guitarist from Alice Cooper's group, who also played acoustic guitar on Beth and Great Expectations. And the album is famous for its orchestration as well, the production, sound effects, what do you want to call it? And a very much a departure from the first three albums. And the beginning of God and of Thunder, you hear some child's voices, which are Bob Ezrin's kids. So yeah, that's just some information about the album. Now I'll just go into the album for just telling a bit about myself and this album. This for years was my favorite Kiss album. Look, it probably still is, but I did a list recently and I had it at number 2. But when I look back, it's probably my favorite. But I put Hotter Than Hell on that video, number 1. But it probably is the best Kiss album for me in retrospect, but always loved it. And before I start, this is a 5-star album, no doubt, like a 10 out of whatever you want to call it, 5-star, 10 out of 10. But yeah, so I'll just go on and talk a bit about the album now. I'll go through the tracks: Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World, God of Thunder, Great Expectations, Flaming Youth, Sweet Pain, Shout It Out Loud, Beth, and there's a hidden track which is not credited on the album, but Rock and Roll Party, just a little, you hear Paul in it. We'll get to that. We'll get to that when I come to the track. So there you have it. So now it starts off with Detroit Rock City. You know, you hear the cluttering of like a kitchen or whatever, and then the guy getting into the car, the keys, and that's how it starts off. And the radio announcer, which some people have said is it's Gene Simmons doing that, but other people said it's not him. So if any of you out there know, let me know. And yeah, so it comes on with that like a radio announcement, and then we kick into the song. One of the greatest Kiss songs, no doubt about it. Great guitar solo, recognizable riffs, Paul's vocals top notch. Just a great way to start an album. Just you know, couldn't be a better opening than this, and one of their greatest songs, and still I love hearing it. So that's Detroit Rock City. Then we go on to and then you hear at the end of the song, Detroit Rock City, the car crashing, and it goes perfectly into King of the Nighttime World, which is another great song. You're going to hear me saying a lot about great songs on this album, because for me, it's one of my favorite albums. But yeah, another great song. Paul again on the vocals, and catchy as hell. And yeah, just you know, if not my favorite song of the album, it'd be up there somewhere. But they're all good on this album, so you know, it's hard to pick a favorite. Then we got God of Thunder. This is where we have the sound effects, a bit of production coming in. You got the children's voices. You got the you know, the section in the middle. It's a very sort of eerie sounding track, but one of the greatest Kiss songs for me, this one. Written by Paul, but Gene sings it, and it's perfect for Gene, the demon persona, for his demon persona, this one, God of Thunder. And he sounds otherworldly in this song. He sounds like the voice, and his voice in this, it's perfect for Gene, this one, as I said. and but a Paul song, funnily enough. So there you go, and that's one of their top songs for me. And then we got Great Expectations. A lot of people read on this track. I've heard a lot of people say they don't like it, but oh, it's very nicely done. Yeah, it's talking about the rock star, the relationship with a fan and so on like that. So that's what the song's about, and yeah, so that's another one that's got string arrangements and all this, but really works. It still it works. It just works on this album. Bob Ezrin did worked his magic on it. Put the band through absolute hell. I heard, with his expectations on it, on the songs and that. But it came out great. So that's what matters, I guess. So yeah, we got Great Expectations on a top song. Then we go to flip the record over, Flaming Youth. Just under around 3 minutes long, a very, very typical Kiss song. This it's very anthemic, catchy, good guitar in it, great drums. Yeah, as I said, very anthemic sort of song. Like Flaming Youth, set the world on fire. So it's it's a very, I guess, lively Kiss tune, and it suits them, the anthemic style of the song, really great. Then we got Sweet Pain, not talked about much this one, but I love the guitar work in it, which is, as I said, by Dick, it wasn't Ace, it was Dick Wagner on the solo, and a typical brooding Gene song, and he rips it out and does a great job on it. Then we got Shout It Out Loud, which was a minor, it was a top 40 hit in America, and just a typical Kiss, in the vein of Rock and Roll All Night. I guess it's like they tried to write another Rock and Roll All Night, I've heard people say, and it's a great song in its own right. It mightn't be in that high echelon of Rock and Roll All Night, but it's a very catchy song, very sing-alongy, and just and it's not too long, so it works well. Beth is next. Their biggest hit, and Peter Criss. Apparently it's the only song in Kiss's catalog, I heard, that no one plays on, because it's all orchestration, a bit of acoustic guitar by Dick Wagner, and Bob Ezrin really arranged it all apparently, and but Peter's vocals, which are but we got Peter's vocals, which are awesome. I love his voice. Perfect song for Peter. But apparently Peter co-wrote the song with co-writers, and then Bob Ezrin reconstructed it, which is what I've heard, and became a giant hit, of course. And then we got Do You Love Me, which is, again, like the relationship between the fans and the audience, that sort of song. Yes, a very catchy track. And you see Paul at the end, like doing a rap, not a rap, but a vocal at the end, as you all know, if you know the song. And it's another, again a catchy track. And then the hidden track is Rock and Roll Party, which is Paul. You got like an effect or crowd noise or something. It's only about 1 minute and 20 seconds or something, and Paul giving a rap about we're gonna have a rock and roll party, which is, it's not really a song. It's just like an extra hidden track. and it's not credited on the CD or the vinyl at all. It's just a few seconds after "Do You Love Me," you hear it starting up. So there you go. So that's Destroyer, and always been one of my favourite albums. Sure, it hasn't got the rawness of the earlier albums, but it's still a great album in its own right, and always be one of my favourite Kiss albums for sure, no question. And as I said, like, this is a top of the notch album, 5-star album. And yeah, so let me know what you think of this album down below. I believe it's one of their best albums. Some people have said they don't like it because it, it's got too much production or whatever, the strings or whatever. But it works well for me. So yeah, so let me know what you think down below on all things Kiss, and I'll be back with another review shortly. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now.